Up Girlies? So today I had created for you another Valentine's Day look. When I tell y'all this look is giving, I absolutely love how it came out. If you would like to know how I created this look, then keep on watching. With my brows already done, I'm going to set my concealer on my eyelids using a damp beauty sponge. Now I'm going in with one size translucent setting powder on a powder puff, and I'm just setting that concealer. Going in with the Wildside eyeshadow palette from Beauty by Melissa, I'm going in with that first shade and I'm blending that into the crease. With that same shade, I'm also going to blend that at the beginning of my eyebrow and also on the outer corner of my eye. And look how smooth that is. And next, I'm going in with a deeper shade. I want to deepen up my crease, and I'm really focusing this shade on the outer corner of my eye and towards the middle of my crease. I'm not going any further than that. I just wanted to blend it out very smoothly. That way you can get that ombre effect when you get this soft cut crease. I'm also going in with that first shade that I used to soften up the outer corner where I laid that darker shade. And now I gotta take a little snack break. Y'all know me, I was hungry at the end. And now I'm just gonna deepen up my crease a bit more with a deeper shade, and I just really want to smoke out the outer corner of my eye. Now I'm just packing on a brighter shade and Atypical from that Wildside palette. I really wanted an ombre effect, so I'm going in with a slightly deeper shade than that first shade in the shade Chai, and I'm placing that in the middle in between that lighter shade and those deeper shades on the outer corner. Now to define my crease a bit more, I'm going to take that same brush, not adding any extra product, and I'm just going to define my cut crease a bit more. Here I had to insert a clip showing you guys the shimmer that I used from Beauty Creations. Unfortunately, my camera was not recording when I placed that on, so I didn't want you guys to miss that. So moving on to the hearts on my eyes, I used a liquid lipstick to achieve these hearts. First, I started off by mapping out where I wanted to place the hearts using some translucent powder, and then I used the tip of my brush to actually place two dots next to each other. And you kind of want to be really like careful when doing this, because the more pressure you put, the bigger the dots will be, which essentially will make your hearts bigger. So just be careful with that. Now I'm just connecting the two dots and making the two lines on the side using my liner brush. And y'all, this came out so cute. I also wanted to add a wing liner. I like for my wing liners to be nice and skinny when doing this, and I like to elongate them. But these hearts were so tedious. I tried to give y'all multiple angles to really see what I was doing here. When doing my liner, I really had to have a steady hand, so I always move my mirror closer, and then I set my elbow on the desk so I could be more stable when creating the line, and that always gives me the perfect wing liner. I move in like small steps to get the perfect wing liner, and it always turns out so beautiful. Like, look at how thin and how pointed the wing liner is. Also, whenever you guys see me doing a bold wing liner, I'm normally using a liquid lipstick to get the color pigment, because I feel like a liquid lipstick is just gonna do exactly what it needs to do. So that's pretty much it for the eyes. Moving on to the base, I'm using e.l.f.'s Jelly Pop Dupe Primer. I absolutely love this primer, y'all. I use this faithfully. And next, I'm going in with the One Size Old Sucker Primer. And y'all, I'm always being clumsy and wasting something. Honestly, it just came out too fast. But I absolutely love this primer, and I allow this to sit on my skin for about 1 to 2 minutes before applying my One Size translucent powder. I literally apply this all over my face, pretty much mainly focusing on my smile lines, and then I go in with my foundation. Now I'm mixing 2 shades from One Size, and I feel like they just can honestly broaden their shade range, especially on the deeper end, because the 2 shades that I use, it can be like 2 or 3 different shades in between those shades. So One Size, come on now, we need y'all to expand that. So before I blend out my foundation, I always go in with a setting spray, particularly the all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay with the hyaluronic acid infused with watermelon extract, and I use a damp beauty sponge to blend that out. And when I say damp beauty sponge, I mean damp. Like, I soak it with water, I squeeze all the excess water, and then I use a paper towel to get any of the excess water on that beauty sponge. Now I'm going in with my NARS cream bronzer, and y'all, I love this bronzer bronzer so much because it always makes me look so sun-kissed and so effortlessly. Like, I absolutely love this cream bronzer, and I place that on my cheekbones, my forehead, and on the sides of my nose. Now, I'm never too particular about how I place it on my nose because the way I blend it is going to blend out very seamless. And when you're blending out your bronzer, make sure you're using patting motions. You want that to really melt into the skin. Never swipe, always pat. You see how I'm patting it along the sides of my nose? That's what you want to do whenever you're blending out any liquid product for the most part. Next, I'm using my Made by Mitchell curve case for blush. I mixed 2 shades out of this palette. I mixed Cowlick with Cherry Cola, and when I tell y'all, this is so pigmented. I love to blend out the blush underneath my eye because I like the way it blends with my concealer. Now I'm going in with my concealer. I'm going to be using Lancome's Sue W as well as Too Faced Born This Way in Warm Sand, and I mixed those two together to give me the perfect concealer shade. I always mix the 2 concealers together first, and then I apply them using a flat brush. And now I'm just defining my wing liner and actually really sculpting it out so it can be as sharp as possible. I'm applying that on all the highlighted points of my face. And watch when you see this concealer blended out. It blends so beautifully together. It gives me the absolute perfect shade. I always take the excess foundation on my beauty sponge and I blend around the concealer. That way I have a seamless blend and there's no harsh line between the concealer and the bronzer. With the concealer on my forehead, I use the excess bronzer that's left on that brush and I blend around the edges with that. When it comes to blending, it's always essential that you take your time. Even if you are a veteran, we all take our time when blending because we want everything to come out really, really seamless and beautifully. If you're new to makeup, you really want to be the one to take your time because you want to get used to blending those shades together, especially making it really, really seamless. You want to develop a technique that you can be used to and that you'll have down pat. Now I'm just reinforcing that blush shade. I lost a bit of it when I was blending out my concealer, and I'm just using whatever's left on my palette to really reinforce that blush color. Because I want a brighter under eye, I'm going to go in with the shade Cookie from Too Faced Born This Way, and I'm really focusing that on the inner corner of my eye. I'm not really blending that outwards. I really want to focus that on the inner corner so it can just stay bright right there. To prevent me having any harsh lines on the sides of my nose, I'm taking the excess product that's on that brush and I'm blending out the sides of my nose. Now I'm going in with Huda Beauty setting powder and I'm setting my under eye. I love using the banana bread setting powder because it really brightens underneath my under eye. Also, before setting your under eye, make sure you blend the concealer out first with the beauty sponge and then you go in with the powder puff and you set your under eye. Now to set the rest of my highlighted areas, I'm using One Size's translucent setting powder to set the rest of those highlighted areas on that same powder puff. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to use Sephora's Micro Smooth setting powder in the shade Hazelnut, and I'm really just going to blend that all over the face. Also, to sculpt out my nose, I love to use the Huda Beauty's Banana Red setting powder to really sculpt out my nose before setting my entire face. And I absolutely love this Micro Smooth setting powder by Sephora. It just gives me a seamless blend. It matches my skin and my foundation shade perfectly. For powder bronzer, I'm using Juvia's Place Bronzer Duo Palette in the shade Deep, and I'm bronzing up my face, my forehead, and my cheekbones. And I absolutely love this powder now. At first, I thought this powder made my makeup look really muddy, but it actually looks really good. You just have to use a little bit of product because trust me, a little bit goes a long way. This product is very pigmented. And for my nose contour, I'm using that same shade, the first shade I placed into my crease to sculpt out my nose because I don't like a super harsh nose contour. And this shade right here gives me the absolute perfect nose contour. Now I'm just dusting away all of that excess powder and really defining my nose, and everything is looking so beautiful. Going in with the Juvia's Place Blush Duo Palette, I'm using a really, really bright pink shade, and I'm layering the NARS Dolce Vita blush right on top of that. Because I like a more sculpted cheekbone, I'm going to use One Size translucent powder on that same powder puff, and I'm just going to sculpt out my cheekbones and buff that out using the same brush that I used with that Sephora Micro Smooth Finishing Powder. I really love this powder because it makes my makeup look so flawless. Now I'm really just going to smoke out my lash line. I'm going in with a deep brown gel liner from Maybelline, and now I'm just smoking out my lash line using that same deep shade I used on my outer corner. For lashes, Lilly Lashes have sent me these 2 lashes, and I couldn't decide between the 2 on which ones I wanted to put on, but I ended up putting on the Style Moneymaker. These lashes made the look pop so much more. Now getting into my favorite part, this lip combo. I'm going in with ColourPop's lip liner in the style Pitch, and when I tell y'all, I absolutely love how these lip liners blend. They blend so beautifully, and they also apply so effortlessly. Like, I absolutely love these. This is one of my favorite lip liners to use. I'm rubbing my lips together to really blend out that lip liner. Now I'm going in with Sephora's lip stain in the shade 75. I place that on the center of my lips, and I just blot my lips together. That way that product really blends and creates that ombre effect. And because I wanted a brighter lip, I added a brighter shade from the Sephora lip stain, and I placed that on the center of my lips. Now I'm going in with NYX's Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. This is one of my favorite shades, and I love the way it looks with this lip combo. To top off this lip combo, I'm going in with the Lip Bars Lip Gloss in the shade Trophy Wife. This has been one of my favorite lip glosses. It has a little bit of glitter in it, which gives you that slight like shimmer effect when you apply it. Just look at how glossy my lips are. I didn't show this, but I did set my face using One Size's Ontodon Setting Mist as well as Morphe's Continuous Setting Spray. Okay guys, that was it for this Valentine's Day tutorial. I hope you guys learned a lot. This look was actually really fun for me. I did not think that I was actually going to like it. I feel like everything turned out so beautiful. At first, I was a little iffy on the eyes, but then once I finished, everything just really came together. Let me know what your favorite part of this look is. Mine is the little hearts. I think it's so cute with that little pop of red. It's really giving Valentine's Day. But let me know what y'all favorite part of this look is. Also, let me know what you'd like to see from me in the future, and leave that down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification so you can stay updated on all of my future tutorials, posts, vlogs, get ready with me's, and I'll catch you in the next one, girlies. Bye.